There are moments that define us. They don't arrive with trumpets or fanfare. They arrive on a Tuesday, at 6 p.m., on a worn-out bus seat, smelling faintly of old coffee. For Mark, this was that moment. He wasn't a bad man, he was just a cornered one. The kind of cornered that comes from 2 months of missed rent, a fridge that echoes, and the red, blinking low balance warning that had become the soundtrack to his life. He was staring at his phone, at the final payment overdue text from his landlord, when he saw it. It was an accident, a simple oversight by a stranger. But to Mark, it felt like something else. Fate, a test, or maybe a lifeline. His heart hammered against his ribs. He looked around. The bus driver was focused on the road. The few remaining passengers were lost in their own worlds, their faces lit by the blue glow of their phones. No one was watching. He slid from his seat, his hand moving with a speed that surprised him. He scooped up the wallet, dropped it into his own jacket pocket, and got off at the next stop, a stop that wasn't his. He ducked into an alley, the scent of dumpsters and rain filling his lungs. His hands were shaking. This was it. This was the answer. A few $100s, maybe. Enough to get the landlord off his back. Enough to eat something that didn't come from a can. He opened it, and there it was. Cash. A lot of it. 50s. Hundreds. He counted it quickly. Almost $900. A wave of relief, so strong it made him dizzy, washed over him. He had made it. He was safe. And then he saw the photo. It was tucked behind the driver's license. A woman and a little boy. The boy was bald, clearly sick, but he had a smile that could have lit up the dark alley Mark was standing in. He fumbled, pulling out the rest of the contents. Behind the cash, folded into a tiny square, was a receipt, a pharmacy receipt. It was dated for that morning. The name of the medication was long, something he couldn't pronounce. But the price at the bottom, $874.50. The world stopped. The $900 in his hand wasn't rent money. It wasn't get out of a jam money. It was keep my son going money. It was hope. It was medicine. It was a mother's desperate attempt to buy one more day, and Mark was holding it. The eviction notice on his door suddenly felt small. The growl in his stomach went silent. He realized he wasn't the only one in the world who was cornered. He looked at the driver's license again. The address was 6 blocks away. He ran. He didn't know what he would say. He didn't care. He just knew that wallet didn't belong to him. He'd been given a lifeline, he realized, but it wasn't the cash. It was the choice. He found the apartment building. He buzzed the number. A frantic, tear-stained voice came over the intercom. "Hello? I think I found your wallet," Mark said, his voice breathless. The buzzer sounded instantly. She didn't even check the cash. She burst into tears. A sob of such profound relief that it hit Mark harder than any financial problem ever had. My son," she stammered. His medicine, I thought. "It's all there," Mark said. It was the only thing he could think of. "It's all there." She tried to offer him a reward, a 20, a 50. All he could see was the photo of the little boy on the fridge behind her. "No, ma'am," he said, backing away. I'm just glad you got it back." Mark walked home that night with nothing in his pockets. His problems were all still there. The landlord would still be angry. The fridge would still be empty. And yet, for the first time in months, he didn't feel poor. He didn't feel cornered. He felt rich.